Hello, my friend. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick fix for when your Facebook ads are getting clicks, but not actual Spotify streams. So right off the bat, you should know that it is completely normal for about 40 to 60% of your fans to drop off from the point where they click on the ad, visit the link, and then move on to the Spotify link. So you might see something like 10 clicks over to your music link, but then only 3 or 4 streams actually show up in the Spotify for Artists dashboard. There's a couple of reasons for this. One, it's natural that as somebody's going through the process, they're just going to change their mind and want to do something else. Not 100% of people are going to want to move through this process. And there's also a chance that you're hitting some kind of traffic like a bot or a click farm, and they're not going to want to click through the link for sure. So if you are seeing about 3 or 4 or higher streams coming from every 10 clicks over to your music link, then you're either going to want to just reset your expectations for how this kind of marketing thing works, or what you're going to want to do is optimize your ad by introducing multiple different ad sets that are targeting different audiences so that you can figure out which one works the best and slowly move your budget over to the one that is working the best. Or use something like Advantage Campaign Budget Optimization for Facebook to do this for you. However, in this video, I really want to focus on if you are getting much less than that. So for every 10 clicks over to your music link, you're only getting maybe 1 or 2 streams, or particularly if you are getting 0 streams for every click that goes over to your music link, that's very much what I want to focus on this video, because that's kind of the worst case scenario, and I see it happening to a lot of artists today. So there are actually only 3 simple steps that you need to do to fix this issue very quickly. But before we jump into that, as a step 0, I'd recommend testing everything and making sure that everything is set up correctly between your Facebook ad and your music link as well. So this is going to be things like going into the events manager of the Meta Business Suite and testing your events there, making sure your domain is verified, those kind of things, popping into your music link, making sure that the listen on Spotify button is actually going to the area that you want it to. Very, very simple things like that. Because they're very basic and most of you are probably set up correctly in this area, if you want a quick checklist of those basic setup tests that you can run, there will be a link in the description to a quick checklist that you can go through to make sure that your account is set up correctly before moving on to these 3 steps. So with that said, to dive into the 3 simple steps that you'll need to use to fix your Facebook ads for Spotify streams, let's jump over into the Ads Manager right now, and we'll dive into these right away. So for step 1, what you're going to want to do is open up your Facebook Ads Manager, and from the Ads Manager page here, what you're going to want to do is go over to the breakdown dropdown on the right, and you're going to click this, go down to the by delivery section and select country. So what this is going to do is it's going to show you all of the different countries that your ad has been running to, and which countries have been spending the most money is what you're really going to want to be looking for here, because one of the main reasons that an artist may run Facebook ads and get no streams is because their ads are hitting a location where there are a lot of bots or click farms. This can result in your cost per result being very, very low, but this can also at the same time result in those click farm and bot clicks, which is going to result in your streams being very low or 0. So what you'll want to do is use this drop down here, and I would also recommend changing the time at the top to yesterday. And what you're looking for on this page is for any one country that is completely dominating the ad spend. So looking through this right here, you can see that easily by far this country here, Mexico, is dominating the ad spend. The overall budget is $2.95, as you can see on the bottom right here, and $2.63 of that is going to Mexico. So that would definitely look like a problem. But one thing that you'll want to do is always cross-reference the results that you're getting in the Facebook or Meta Business Ads Manager with the actual results that you're getting in the Spotify for Artists dashboard. So I'm going to move over to the Spotify for Artists dashboard, and one good way to check this is you head over to the music tab, and what I want to do is move over to the song that I'm running that ad to, and that for me is a song called Nemo. So I'll go ahead and click Nemo, and then what you're going to want to do is for that song, click on location, and then scroll down to the locations, and you're going to want to see what your top countries are. So for this song in the last 28 days, the #1 country is Mexico. So heading back over to the Ads Manager, you can see the majority of my spend is going to Mexico for this particular ad. However, also the majority of the results are going to Mexico as well. So this confirms to me that although Mexico could have a lot of bot traffic or click farm traffic, I can confirm that this is actually working for me. However, if you saw, say it was Thailand or something like that, or even Mexico, to keep this example the same. So for you, if you saw over here, the majority of your ad spend was going to Mexico, and then you headed over to the Spotify for Artists dashboard for that song, and you saw that Mexico was nowhere on this list, this can confirm that you're spending your money to have your ad display in Mexico. It's getting clicks on the Facebook side, and Facebook's optimizing for those clicks, but those clicks aren't actually turning into streams. So you're going to want to make some changes, which leads us to step 2. So what you're going to want to do is, if you do notice that one of these countries is dominating but is not actually turning into actual streams, what you're going to want to do is select the campaign and then duplicate it exactly as it was before. Then edit this new duplicate, move over to the ad set, and simply remove the country that was causing the issue. So in this example, that would be Mexico. So we'll go ahead and remove that, and then set that ad to run. The reason you're going to want to duplicate it is because Facebook will have done some learning with that previous campaign, and this way you can kind of reset the process so that Facebook is going to now optimize to make sure that it's not getting all those bots and fake clicks that you were getting before. Reset the process, and that way it'll optimize for proper countries and try to start over again. And then as a step 3, what you're going to want to do is wait for a good 2 or 3 days for that ad to run so you can have some data roll in, and you're going to want to do the exact same thing. Check the countries and make sure that there is no one country just simply dominating, or if there is one dominating, you're checking at the Spotify for Artists dashboard to confirm that it's actually turning into streams. And if one is dominating again, you can again go through this process of removing the country from your targeting list. That is the offender. Also, as another option that you can do is you can go to the drop down here and go by delivery, and this time select placement. And again, very similar to how you were looking for any discrepancies, any one country that is completely dominating the ad spend, you also might want to quickly pop in and see if there's any one placement that is dominating the ad spend as well. If you are running the ads to multiple different placements, there should be some kind of nice distribution of the placements. However, the main thing that you are going to be wanting to looking for here is to make sure that there's one placement called Audience Network. You want to make sure that that one is not dominating your ad spend, because that one's just simply known to dominate ad spend and result in no actual streams. So as an extra little step there, if reducing the countries is not working for you, you might also want to quickly pop in and check in on the placements as well. And lastly, as a bonus tip, if none of this is working, what I'd recommend is creating a new campaign where you are directing the ad to a music link, where on that music link, instead of the listen on Spotify button going to your artist profile or a song or an album, have that link direct to a particular Spotify playlist that you own with that song that you were having in the ad in the #1 place. And the reason for this is also in the Spotify for Artists dashboard, you can specifically see what playlists are getting a certain amount of streams. And so in this way, if you are only promoting this playlist with these Facebook ads, you can specifically see that this playlist is getting streams or it is not getting streams. And this is important because if you send your ads directly to your profile or directly to the song, it's very hard to distinguish where that source specifically comes from. And this could give you a bad idea of how well your performance is actually doing. You might be getting a ton of streams from social media and misallocating that in your mind, in your own analysis, thinking that your ads are doing a great job when you're actually just wasting money. So this is a fantastic tip. And I do have a full video on how you can do this, going through the whole process of tracking a playlist, how you can do it in the Spotify for Artists dashboard, as well as a nice little template that you can use to track it over time to make sure that things are going well over time so that your Facebook ads are set up correctly and you're tracking things nicely. And as an extra bonus tip, that template that I mentioned, that Spotify playlist tracking template, that is also included in my completely free 7-step release checklist. There will also be a link to that in the description below. What that is the list of 7 steps that I go through every single time that I'm releasing music. It's just 7-step, not 250, because what I like to do is copy and paste my music promotion as much as possible so that I can spend more time making music rather than promoting it. Also, that checklist is very interactive. Each step has a drop down where you can find out more information about that step, and some of them actually link out to free courses that I've built specifically on Facebook ads and building smart links, so I think you'll find that really useful. Once again, the link in the description is below, and if you found this video useful, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Otherwise, good luck on your next release, and I will see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.